yeah. Are we live? Is it Thursday already? Is Padmé Amidala coming back to Star Wars? Oh my goodness. We got a lot to talk about today. About Andor Season 2 being delayed, about this Bob Iger situation, what's going on at Disney, and of course, Natalie Portman again saying that she would love to come back to the role as Padmé Amidala in Star Wars. So what are we waiting for? Why isn't this already happened? We're going to talk about all of it today. So without further ado, let's dive right into all of this. What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. Again, pretty big stream today. I think this is huge news. I think this was a massive missed opportunity. I think they can still do it. I think you could put Natalie Portman as Padmé Amidala into many different projects, but I feel like the biggest two that you could have had her in, you missed out. You missed out. I feel like you could have had her in the Kenobi show. You could have had her in Ahsoka, either in a flashback or in a flashback or in a flashback. Because here's the thing. Padmé's dead, of course. We see her die of sadness in Revenge of the Sith. And she's not a Force sensitive, so she's not coming back as a Force ghost or anything of that sort. So the only way you're going to get Padmé Amidala back is whether it's an older story, like you're going before the prequels, or that would be really young, or during the time of the prequel trilogy, which the Ahsoka show did with the Clone Wars flashbacks, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi show did with flashbacks to before even the Clone Wars, and neither of which involved Padmé Amidala. I think it was a huge missed opportunity. We're going to talk about, and Natalie Portman herself even says she would have loved to come back, or she still would love to come back to Star Wars. So how do we miss out on this one? But we'll dive into this in just a second here. How are we doing today on this fine Thursday afternoon? How are you doing? How are you doing on this fine Thursday afternoon? Let me pull up the chat so I can see what you guys are talking about. Tony, what's up, Tony? Says, somehow Tony is awake. Oh, nice, Tony. Love to see it. All right, let's dive into this article. Actually, first, let's pull this up. Let's leave this poll up for a while. Do you think Padmé will ever return? Yes or no? You tell me. So here's the thing. There is one other possibility of Padmé returning. One other possibility. And of course, it's from the Vader comics and could be put into live action. It's Darth Vader. Darth Vader sees Padmé a few times, either in visions or while he's asleep, in dreams, stuff like that. But there is a possibility that in some sort of Vader live action comic or something along those lines, a Vader show, maybe a Vader movie, maybe, who knows, we'll see. I'm not too sure. Ezekiel? Is that how you say that? Or is it Ezekiel? I don't know if I'm butchering that. If I am, please correct me. It says, greetings from Argentina. Ooh, Argentina, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. How's the weather down there? It's really cold here. Really cold here. So we're freezing our ass off down here. You think she could make an appearance in Tales of the Jedi, Tony? That's not a bad guess, but that wouldn't be Natalie Portman. I mean, I guess she could technically come back and voice the character, but it wouldn't be Natalie Portman because she doesn't voice the character in the Clone Wars, and it wouldn't be like a live-action appearance. So it would be cool to see Padmé in Tales. She was in the first season of Tales as a dead corpse, but it would be cool to see her in that second season as well. But let's dive into this article. Let's do it. So this says, this is coming from Yahoo Entertainment. I don't know why this is the only... They're first to the plate, I guess. Star Wars Natalie Portman open to a return. So we're going to read this, then we're going to watch the interview. Let me pull this up. Brandon, what's up? Brandon says, I'm doing good from Texas. Texas, what the hell? We got a bunch of people from everywhere around in this stream. All right, let's read this article. Shout out to Texas. How's the weather down there? Natalie Portman. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. Just a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Natalie Portman says she is open to reprising Padmé Amidala in the Star Wars franchise, while appearing on Watch What Happens Live to promote her new Netflix movie, December. What? Portman told host Andy Cohen that no one has asked her to return to Star Wars. However, she is ready to answer the call if Lucasfilm has an opportunity for her. She is open to it. I am open to it, Portman says, as she recalled her experience in the Star Wars prequel trilogy being amazing. She added, "It was the first time I worked digitally. I don't think anyone was shooting that way then. It was my first time working with a green screen. It was a whole new set of skills to pick up and a whole new world to enter." And of course, she's been in the Thor movies now, so she has a lot of experience with that sort of green screening technology. But of course, George Lucas is the guy. He's the guy who made that happen. He always is trying to innovate when it comes to his movies. Look at the original trilogy with all these different cameras and models and stuff. Like, nobody was doing that at that time. And then fast forward to the prequel trilogy, green screens. Nobody was using green screens before 1999, which is when The Phantom Menace was created. So let's watch a little bit. We'll read the rest of this and then we'll watch it. So Portman's made her first appearance as Anakin Skywalker's love interest, Padmé, in 1999's Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. The character met a tragic death at the hands of her love in 2005's Revenge of the Sith, but not before giving birth to Luke and Leia. Though Padmé's death was permanent, Lucasfilm has proven recently that it can revisit ill-fated characters from the prequel era, as seen in 2018's Solo, A Star Wars Story, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus in 2022. This was just like a joke thing that Taika Waititi forgot that Natalie Portman was in Star Wars, because he's making a Star Wars movie. Of course, we all know that. We get news on that every freaking day at this point. But there was a joke because he offered or asked Natalie Portman if she wanted to be in his Star Wars movie, and she was like, "I've already been in Star Wars." But let's watch this video.
Here, Kelly.
Oh, we're going to try not to get copy struck or anything here. Hey, look, that's the live stream that's going on right now. What the hell? Let me see the... All right, we're going to pull it up on YouTube. We're going to pull it up on YouTube. YouTube. Natalie Portman. Oh, I can't spell. Natalie Portman. Star Wars. There we go. Found it. Okay, so this is an interview for Watch What Happens, or Watch What something. Yeah, Watch What Happens Live. I don't know. It's something. She's promoting her newest thing on Netflix. So, but she does get asked about Star Wars. So we'll fast forward to that part. I believe it's like right in here.
To play Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah, right there.
Now that Hayden Christensen has returned to play Anakin Skywalker.
Is that loud enough? Hang on. Let me fix this.
Now that Hayden Christensen has returned to play Anakin Skywalker, have there been any discussions of you reprising your role as Padmé Amidala in any upcoming Star Wars films or TV shows?
Well done on your pronunciation of Padmé Amidala.
Yes.
It's not that hard to pronounce.
Rolled off the tongue.
No, there have not been. No one has asked me, but I'm open to it.
You are open to it.
Yeah.
How do you look back on that time?
We'll keep it going in a second here, but she says that she hasn't received a call. First of all, Lucasfilm, if you're watching, and we know that you are, what the fuck are you doing? This lady wants to come back to play one of the most iconic roles in the prequel trilogy that fans absolutely love, and you can't find a spot to fit her in? You could have easily given us a flashback like you did in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that involved Padmé. You could have easily done it in the Ahsoka show like you did in the Clone Wars that involved Padmé, because Ahsoka and Padmé's relationship was extremely important as well. How has she not received any offer to come back? Lucasfilm, hear me. Hear us. Chat, I need you guys to call out to Lucasfilm right now. We want Padmé. We want Padmé. We need Padmé Even if it's just like a one-time thing. Even if it's just a one-off appearance in a flashback. Just give us Padme. Okay? Are we clear? Let's keep going.
It was amazing. I mean, it was the first time I ever had shot digitally. Like, I don't think anyone was shooting that way then. And first time working with a green screen, it was just like a whole new set of skills to like, pick up and a whole new world to enter. And then obviously like all of the Star Wars mythology that everyone lives in this country get to be part of that was awesome.
It's cool. She definitely loved to be in Star Wars. It really kickstarted her career at a very young age because that was 24 years ago. It's very, very cool. It is very cool, for sure. So, 24 years ago? Yeah, 24 years ago. So it's very cool. I want Natalie Portman back. I just want to know what you guys think. Do you want to see Natalie Portman back in Star Wars? And if so, where? I feel like they missed two big opportunities, like I said earlier, of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka. There was flashbacks in each show that involved characters that were around Padme, especially Anakin. And whenever you're talking about Anakin Skywalker and his fall to the dark side, like they did a lot in both Ahsoka and Kenobi, Padme is one of the biggest reasons as to why he falls to the dark side. She is almost the entire reason he falls to the dark side because he has the nightmares of her dying. And then even after he falls to the dark side and he is Vader for years and years and years, he's still trying to resurrect Padme. He's still mourning over Padme. Padme is such an important character, an important role in Vader and Anakin's arc that even not a mention of him in the Kenobi show or in even Ahsoka, or her, I should say, is just dumb. It's really, really dumb. And I think a missed opportunity for sure. But tell me what you guys think. Do you want to see Padme come back? And if so, what could she be in? Because it would have to be live action. It would have to be in the right time frame. Like even Andor season 2 is too far because she's dead. She dies at the end of Revenge of the Sith. So she can't be in anything after the prequel trilogy unless it was like a Force vision or something from Anakin's perspective. I mean, you look at the upcoming projects, Skeleton Crew, no. Andor Season 2, no. Acolyte, no. It takes place 100 plus years before. There's not many options. Unless there's some Vader show that they're not talking to us about, there really isn't many options. And it might have been a missed bag because she could have been in Kenobi. She could have been in Ahsoka. Which leads me to believe that there's something else that she can be in the future. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Fearless is up, Fearless. Brandon says the weather is cold in the morning and at night it gets warm during the afternoon in Texas. Oh, it's cold in the morning and night. Well, it's cold all the freaking time here up north. It's freaking freezing and we're trying to keep warm. Fearless says hello there. Hope everyone's doing fine. I'm doing good, Fearless. How are you? We're talking about Natalie Portman possibly coming back. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not much to kind of latch onto, but it is cool that she wants to come back. Because that's what you want. You want actors to want to come back, not like what kind of happened with the sequel trilogy, but those actors kind of seem to want to come back now. Speaking of the sequel trilogy, we talked a lot about the Rey movie over the last couple days and the announcements that we've received from that. I had a video come out yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago, whenever it was, about this Rey movie and about the film starting date. And now that there has been some contradictions to that date, the start date of filming was supposed to be April 7th of 2024. And now there's been some contradiction to that. So we're going to dive into this news because this is pretty crazy as well. And it's kind of who do you believe type thing going on here. It's a lot of people saying one thing, a lot of people saying the other thing, and we don't really know. So it's kind of up for our own interpretation until we have heard otherwise. So as of right now, in my own head, I do think that this April 7th, 2024 date is a solid one. I wouldn't say I'm 100% on that being the start of the film for this film, or filming for this film. But until I'm, I guess, proven otherwise, I'm going to stick to this date because I want it to start filming. I do want this Rey movie as much as a lot of people don't. I want the Rey movie just because I want to see a Star Wars movie. You know? Ian, what's up, Ian? How we doing? And I am doing better. I'm feeling a lot better today. Thank you for asking. Thank you. That's good, Fearless. Brandon says, I would like to see Natalie Portman come back. She was a favorite of mine. She's a favorite of a lot of people. Padmé Amidala is a great character in the prequel trilogy, and a lot of fans would love to see her come back. It's just kind of a question of where and when. And the answer is, I guess, never, because there's nothing on the horizon, at least right now, that could involve her. You know? But let's dive into this article about this new update that's debunking the last update about this Rey movie. So, boom. Rey's new Jedi movie updates debunked latest rumors, confirmed that script is still in progress. So it's kind of, again, like I said, who do we believe? Zoom in. Too far. Got it. Amid rumors of shooting beginning in 2024, a new report has debunked the seeming confirmation that a production start date for Rey's new Jedi Order movie, Star Wars movie. At Star Wars Celebration 2023, Daisy Ridley returned to the franchise and was confirmed as the sequel trilogy star, was announced as a lead of one of 3 upcoming Star Wars movies. Given that this announcement came with a confirmed screenwriter, Stephen Knight, who is a absolutely incredible screenwriter. He did Peaky Blinders, or he's most known for Peaky Blinders, I should say, and Peaky Blinders is one of the greatest shows of all time if you have not seen it. So Stephen Knight is a great writer. What kind of worries me is that he has no experience writing with Star Wars, and that kind of is a problem. And director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, which of course you guys know how I feel about this lady, she has 0 experience with Star Wars and 0 experience with directing, so why the hell is she directing a freaking Disney Star stupid. But we must go on. As many assumed that the film would go into production sooner rather than later, despite recent rumors that Rey's new Jedi Order Star Wars movie would begin shooting in April of 2024, a post that Star Wars Newsnet on Twitter has debunked these murmurings. That's definitely not a word. Murmurings? Okay. According to the reliable Star Wars news outlet, Rey's new Jedi Order movie is still deep in the script writing process as Stephen Knight continues finalizing the highly anticipated story. As per reports, Rey's Star Wars movie is expected to remain in pre-production until summer of 2024 at the earliest, meaning audiences will have to wait slightly longer for updates on the furthest forward story in Star Wars chronologically. That's not a word either. It is, but it's not. So with that being said, we're going to read this tweet right here. This is coming from Star Wars Newsnet. They're a very reliable source, but so is the source that said that this was going to start in April. So it's kind of like, who do we believe kind of thing. But here's what they have to say. The rumor that production of the Daisy Ridley-led Star Wars film is set to begin in April 2024 is incorrect. Whoa. Okay, I guess we're going to the tweet itself. Is incorrect. According to a source we contacted, the script is reportedly not ready yet, and due to the delays caused by the strikes, we don't expect filming to start before the summer. Now, what's interesting about this is we have to rely on the fact that the source that they have contacted knows what's going on with this movie. It's a lot of hearsay and who do you believe type thing going on here. And interestingly enough, I still think it's going to be in the spring. I mean, it does say summer here, summer, spring. It's kind of like just right next to each other. But my thing with this movie is it has to come out on May 22nd, 2026. There's no moving that date. That's a set date. It has to release May 22nd, 2026. And that can't change because there's a movie right behind it in December of 2026, which is the Mando movie. So there has to be, this movie has to be done then, meaning it only has about 2.5 years to happen because it can't be late. There's no delaying this movie. It's already been delayed once, and it can't be delayed again because there's already another movie right behind it. There's no delaying this movie, which is interesting. And might come into play here because this movie needs to get to filming as soon as possible. Now, Stephen Knight has been writing this script for about a year, but here's the thing. He hasn't been writing for the whole year because, of course, the writer's strike stopped him for about almost 6 months, I believe. And that means he's kind of been only writing for about 6 months. In writing a Star Wars script, of course, it's going to go through a bunch of rewrites and all this other stuff, but it's even going to go through rewrites while they're shooting. Like when you write a script, it's not going to be the exact script that's being followed throughout all of filming. Stuff changes as you go to pre-production, production, and post-production. Things change. Lines change, scenes change, all this changes. So you don't have to have a final script to start filming, if that makes sense. So I think this Rey movie is going to start filming sooner rather than later. I think that April 2023 thing is still probably pretty good. What just caught my eye here is that Bob Iger is trending on Twitter, but I don't know if this is like just spelled wrong because that's not how you spell Iger. This is a different guy. They're spelling Bob Iger wrong. Is Bob Iger not spelled I-G-E-R? Did he change his name? Hang on. Hang on. We're getting sidetracked. Bob Iger. Yeah, Bob Iger. I-G-E-R. Why is it E-I-G? Bob Iger. Boom. Right there. What is going on? Huh. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know why they're all spelling his name wrong. We shall see, I guess. But let's go back to this Rey news before we jump into that Bob Iger stuff, because I want to jump into that Bob Iger stuff as well. But we'll get into that in a second. So, the lack of updates on this Rey Star Wars movie means as little of note is known about the project, aside from the aforementioned involvement of Daisy Ridley as one of the Star Wars' most powerful Jedi, Stephen Knight as the writer, and Sharmino Obaid-Chinoy as the director. No other members of the cast or behind-the-scenes crew have been confirmed. This has led to many to theorize that Rey's new Jedi Order movie could look like, from the potential return of other Star Wars sequel cast members to the tie-ins the movie will have to other projects currently in development. So obviously we know very, 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 very little about the Rey movie. We have speculated about whether Finn will make a return and get a redemption arc and become a Jedi, whether Ben Solo could return, whether Poe Dameron could return, whether Luke Skywalker could come back as a Force ghost, whether or not we'll see some Mando characters like Ahsoka or Grogu or any of those Mandoverse characters. We know very little about this movie. We don't know the villain. We don't know much of anything at all. And that's kind of a good thing, kind of not. I mean, it sucks for us because we can't get hyped and speculate about this movie, and not a lot of people are excited about this movie, but it does mean that they're trying to stay tight-lipped and not let many things get out. However, when it comes to this movie, you kind of want to let some things get out because we know nothing and nobody's really excited about this movie. We pulled it up in the last stream, and I think the majority, I think it was like 54% of you guys aren't even going to go see this movie when it first comes out, which is not really that surprising. It's a sequel movie. It's extension of the sequel trilogy. A lot of fans don't like the sequel trilogy. It's not the greatest formula for success here when we know absolutely nothing. Yeah, I do hope we get Ben Solo Force Ghost too. But here's the thing. There's always the chance of Ben Solo being resurrected because, of course, nobody's truly gone in Star Wars. And he's the best character from the sequel trilogy. And a lot of fans want to see him come back to life, I feel. I mean, tell me in the comments what you think. But I think bringing back Ben Solo would be your best bet at this point. That said, with Star Wars Newsnet reporting a potential summer 2024 production date at the earliest, it is likely that more announcements concerning the film will come in the later half of the year. This will likely include a confirmed cast, a basic premise, and a release date. Until then, though, Star Wars fans will have to wait with bated breath for more revelations about Rey Palpatine's new Jedi Order film amid debunked rumors of this April 2024 production start. Again, I'm still on the bandwagon of I hate this. Still on the bandwagon of the April 2024 release thing, filming start date until I'm proven otherwise. So we'll see about that, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what the chat's saying. Ian says, the thing that annoys me in Boba Fett is that Mando turned up in a Naboo starfighter and Luke doesn't say anything about it being his mom's ship. And Fearless says Luke never knew his mom. That's true. Luke didn't really know his mom, so he wouldn't really have that connection. And even if he did learn about his mom and that she was from Naboo, he probably wouldn't really know about their Royal Guard starfighters, you know? And does he even see the starship? Ian says, I know, but Ahsoka did, and she was there. Ahsoka wasn't on Naboo, though. But yeah, I would assume Ahsoka knows about those ships. Maybe that's why she was happy to see it. I don't know. At least Kenobi did say something to Leia about Padme and Anakin. That's true. The ending scene of Kenobi, not the final scene, but the final scene with Kenobi and young Leia is a very good one. True. All the time I watch this scene, it brings me to tears in my eyes because all the memories it brings up. It's one of my favorite scenes in the Kenobi show. It is a good one, for sure. Billy, what's up? How we doing? I hope we get Ben Solo Force Ghost 2. It would be amazing. Brandon says, that scene is also a favorite of mine in the Kenobi show. It brings a tear to my eye every time. It's so special. And Ben Solo is cool as well. Yeah, it's a great scene, for sure. And Ben Solo is the best in the sequel trilogy, in my personal opinion. But let's dive into this Bob Iger news, I believe. Yeah, so let's talk about this Bob Iger news, okay? Kenobi did have some good bits. Oh, it did, for sure. Yeah, for sure. 100% it did. Kenobi is a very flawed show, but like the finale, just pretty much the finale itself is like incredible. The rematch is way better than I even anticipated it could have been. And just the final scenes of him with young Luke and him with young Leia are very, very cool. Yeah. Billy says, damn, you're good at remembering. Of course, Billy. I would never forget. Don't quote me on that. I might forget. But for now, I remember. But let's talk about this Bob Iger stuff, okay? So we're going to go to my YouTube channel here and watch this short that I posted. Oh, shit. I don't even know if it's posted yet. Posts today, I believe. I guess we're not going to then. All right. We'll talk about the Bob Iger news regardless, okay? So Bob Iger has said this about Star Wars. He said it about the company of Disney. So this was at the New York Times. It was at the New York Times. No, that's not it. Where is this? So the New York Times Deal Book Summit, which is where a bunch of global leaders and political leaders come together and business leaders come together and just have like this conference, pretty much, just whatever. And they are asked questions and all this other stuff. Where is this article? I don't know, but whatever. I remember what it says. So he's asked a bunch of questions about, of course, the state of Disney as a company right now, how it's in shambles, how they're trying to sell a lot of their sort of cable television things and all this other stuff. They're trying to kind of save some money and, of course, become a profitable business because Disney is a publicly traded company and they need to make money. And lately, their box office has been pretty damn bad. With that being said, Bob Iger did come out and say that there needs to be a change. Now, whether or not this is him just speaking out of his ass or just talking to talk, we don't know. However, he did put a lot of blame onto Bob Chapek's shoulders, who he, of course, took over for after he put him in charge. So here's how it went down. Bob Iger steps down as CEO, and his replacement is Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek is CEO for about 2 to 3 years, and he's so bad that they have to take him out and bring Bob Iger back. Now they pretty much pin everything bad that happened for the last 5 to 10 years on Bob Chapek, even though it wasn't really his fault. So a lot of it is Bob Iger's fault, but they're just pinning all of it on Bob Chapek. But Iger is claiming that there has been a shift at Disney, that the creatives now know their number one objective, which is to entertain and to not spread messages. This answer came from being asked about a woke agenda. I really want to find this article now. Star Wars News, Bob Iger. Oh, found it. I fucking found it. Let's go. Okay, so this is what I wanted. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. All right, here we go. So, here's what he said. Iger, who apparently didn't get the memo that he's causing a PR nightmare every time he opens his mouth these days, recently appeared at the New York Times DealBook Summit this week, where he had an interesting chat with New York Times' Andrew Ross Sorkin. Iger voiced some noteworthy opinions about the current state of Disney. He even took up the chance to very politely throw Bob Chapek under the bus a couple times. When asked about complaints regarding Disney's going woke in recent years, Iger said the following. This is a direct quote from Bob Iger himself. Robert, if you will. Creators lost sight of what their number one objective needs to be. We have to entertain first. It's not about messages. We have entertained with values and with having a positive impact on the world in many different ways. Black Panther is a great example of that. I like being able to entertain if you can infuse it with a positive message and have a good impact on the world. Fantastic. But that should not be the objective. When I came back, what I have been trying to do is return to our roots. And of course, returning to Disney's roots is, of course, going back to making original quality content that entertains the masses. It's not trying to spread messages. It's not trying to spread any political agenda or anything else like that. It's just trying to entertain. And that's what Bob Iger is clearly saying here. Now, whether that's just him talking to talk, saying good things that people want to hear just because that's what he's supposed to do as CEO, or if there's actually some change happening behind the scenes, we can't really tell. However, time will tell if the next few Pixar projects and Disney animation projects and Star Wars and Marvel projects, if you do see a shift, the box office goes up and it's more about entertainment than showing messages and all this other stuff, then we can believe him. But as of right now, it's kind of up to the viewer. Do you guys believe what Bob Iger is trying to tell us here? Is he really trying to make a change, or does he just not care? Is he just saying things because that's what the masses want to hear? Of course, Disney's main objective is to entertain. That's why they exist. But that's not what's happening. They're having continuous box office flops after box office flops because of them trying to do this going woke thing. I hate the word woke. It's lost all meaning at this point. But they do try to spread more of a political view on their media when that's not what should happen. Entertainment, especially Star Wars in particular, should take you away from the world you live in. It should be something you can relate to in a world that doesn't have to relate to you, if that makes sense. It really shouldn't be something that's going on in the world right now. even look at the original Star Wars. It has a lot of similarities, the Empire, to a lot of different wars throughout the past, let's say. But it's not something that was currently happening. It wasn't something that the world was currently going through. It wasn't current issues. It was more of a mythology aspect, something that everybody can relate to, but it's not specifically going after certain things that are happening right now. The Last Jedi is the perfect example of this. The Last Jedi, of course, the casino planet, I believe it's, somebody help me out in the chat. What's the casino planet called in The Last Jedi? Oh, what the hell? Whatever. There's a lot of things that they go after that were politically going on in the world at the time, from zoos to, of course, casinos and all this other stuff. They were trying to spread messages in Star Wars. And that's not what it's for. It's not what it's for. That's not what's going on. So there's time and a place for those things, and the time and the place are not in Star Wars and not in the entertainment industry. Canto Bite. Yes, Canto Bite. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Ian. Canto Bite. So is Bob Iger really making a change? Is this really happening? Now, there are some changes going on at Disney. They've fired over 7,000 employees to date this calendar year. 7,000. That's a lot. And they're trying to make some changes. Of course, you look over at Marvel, one of the higher ups. There was like a big three over at Marvel, Kevin Feige being the top, but the next two were, what's his name? Louis something, and Victoria Alonso. Victoria Alonso has been fired. That was earlier this year. And she's fired because of all her political beliefs and how she's putting that into the content. That's not where it belongs. It's not at all what it's supposed to be like. Now you look over at Star Wars, and they're trying to make changes as well, with Dave Filoni getting this massive promotion a few weeks ago to Chief Creative Officer. This is huge because he's created some of the best Star Wars content we have, from the Clone Wars to Rebels to The Mandalorian to Ahsoka. And he's just a good storyteller, especially when it comes to Star Wars. And it's just not, it's going to be story first driven things, you know? That's the good news. There could be changes happening, you know? All right, Pearl Man, what's up? Says, Ahsoka knew Padmé, and she could tell Luke about his mother. That's true, but Padmé wouldn't make an appearance if that's the case. It would just be more talking about her. I'd love to see that, though, because Luke obviously doesn't really know much about his mom. That's for sure. Fearless says, no matter what anyone says, I like Kenobi. I even like Reva. There you have it. Wow, Fearless. You like Reva? That's crazy. Reva's a weird question mark because she's still technically alive after that movie. Show. Billy says, I need to renew my membership. Yeah, you do, Billy. What the hell? Just kidding. Much love. Tony says, he's trying to please the stockholders, not us. True. He is trying to please the stockholders by saying this, but this should be what's actually happening. Their main objective should be to entertain, not to spread messages, and that should be what's being talked about. Maybe that's really what's happening, maybe not, but it should be what's happening. That's for sure. Tony says, they didn't have a stockholder Star Wars presentation this fall. This may be a way to do that. Well, yeah, they just, because of the strikes, they don't have enough to announce. Because of Star Wars Celebration, they already announced all their projects. So there wasn't enough to really, they could have maybe shown a trailer for Acolyte or something, or Skeleton Crew if that's coming first, and maybe even The Bad Batch, and given release dates for that. But yeah, we didn't get that this year because of the strikes. You know? It was pretty much all bad news, all delays. Fearless says, but I think he's also trying to make money for Disney+. Well, yeah, Disney+ is his baby. Bob Iger's the one who wants to go to streaming so desperately. And right now, Disney Plus doesn't make the money. They have a lot of subscribers, but the amount of content that they're creating at the amount of money it takes to make it. Look at Andor. Andor costs like $250 million, something crazy like that. And it didn't make that much money. There's no way it made that much money. So Disney Plus is still trying to make money first, and that's a very difficult task. Yeah. Ian says, all the best stories have a message, but their way of doing it is different. Yeah, that's true. It's all in the way you spread the message. Star Wars has taken more of a mythological approach, and that's probably the best way to do it. You're not just literally putting it right in front of people's faces and saying, take this message and eat it. You're more so alluding to the message and sort of just, it's more of lessons than messages when it comes to Star Wars, you know? Yeah, I know. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. Well, as we talked about the strikes delaying things, as Andor Season 2 has been delayed. Now, I know we got a lot of love in the chat for Andor. Andor. And Andor Season 2 being delayed into 2025 is not the best news. It was supposed to originally be released August 2024. So this is about a 5 to could be 10-ish month delay, because it could, it says early 2025. That could be in January, could be in February, could mean May. So it could be a long, long time till we see the Andor show, which also means we're only getting 4 Star Wars projects next year, not 5. But let's dive into this article, because what's going on with Andor? Why is it getting delayed into 2025? So, okay, we're skipping when Bespin pats itself on the back. Okay. We read a little bit of a similar article on Tuesday. Yesterday, I decided, I hate this guy. So, since an exclusive report of mine in September, a reliable outlet making Star Wars corroborated my information pertaining to Skeleton Crew after 3 months. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so where is Andor Season 2? Okay, here we go. Quick update to this story. Andor almost certainly is moved to 2025, while Skeleton Crew and Acolyte likely will be the only 2 live-action Star Wars projects in 2024. This is due to the strikes, of course, and of course, Andor had to stop filming. And Andor's continued to film for a number of days following the start of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Filmed all that they could without SAG actors before halting production. Andor reportedly had just a few weeks left of filming before the production was paused, and there's been no updates as to when production will pick up again. My personal belief is next year, as some outlets claim that Andor Season 2 has restarted filming at Pinewood Studios in London recently after snowtroopers were spotted on the lot. However, this was not Andor Season 2, rather Pinewood Future Festival, which took place on November 24th and 5th, where the snowtroopers were spotted. Andor will not be the only live-action Star Wars Disney Plus show in 2025, as Season 4 of The Mandalorian is planned to release that year. I heard pre-strikes that The Mandalorian's 4th season was planned for 2025, and I still hear that is the case post-strikes. Lastly, The Bad Batch Season 3. As I shared in the September article, The Bad Batch Season 3 is planned to release in 2024. As I stated in yesterday's article covering the Disney UK press release that The Bad Batch was absent from, it's still planning to release in that 2024. In addition, this guy shared that The Bad Batch Season 3 is still planned for next year as well. He says, don't worry, you'll get Bad Batch fans, you will get your fix of Omega, Wrecker, and the gang next year as planned. So, whoops, it was cut off. You guys should have told me something. So, with that being said, With that being said, Andor Season 2 has been delayed into 25, and this is pretty much just 100% confirmed. They haven't finished filming. They're not filming right now. I'm sure they'll begin filming sometime soon. I mean, they have to begin filming before next summer, because that's when the Rey movie starts filming in the same studio. But what's strange is there was only a few weeks left of filming, so a lot of post-production work can be done at this time. But there's still some stuff to film. Now, Andor's going to be a big project. It's 12 episodes, which is different than the usual 8 episodes with like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and others. 12 episodes is a long, long time. But what's interesting about Andor Season 2 is it's going to be the same as Andor Season 1 with the 3-episode story arcs. But each arc in this second season is going to be a whole year. So the first 3 episodes will be a year, second 3 episodes will be a year, and so on and so forth. And the last episode of Andor Season 2 will lead us directly into the beginning of Rogue One. So Andor Season 2 is going to be way bigger in scale than Season 1. And it could involve massive characters. We know K2SO is going to be in it. It could involve other Rogue One characters like Mon Mothma even more. The two coming together now. The Rebellion coming together a little bit more. We know that what the hell's the Rebel base? Yavin will be in Andor. We know that for sure. We could be getting an appearance of Chopper and Harrison Dula, as we know the Ghost is there during Rogue One. We could be getting an appearance of Darth Vader. Krennic could be involved in a big way. Maybe even Tarkin, an appearance from him. There's a lot of possibilities when it comes to Andor because of the Empire versus the Rebels, and there's a lot of Rebels that we could see as well, like Leia Organa. She's involved with the Rebellion too, so it's definitely possible that we could see her in that second season as well. Now, that would be deep fake technology. That would not be a recast, but it would be deep fake for sure. What do we think about Andor? On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Andor show, Season 2 of Andor? What do we think? Fearless says, yeah, that's too bad. I was looking forward to Andor, and now I have to wait forever for Season 2. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at like a year and a half at least. Oh my God. 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10? You guys are very excited for Andor. Wow. Brandon says, same. Andor is my favorite. Wow. We had a lot of love for Andor in the chat today. I'm excited for Andor Season 2. I think I'm more excited for Season 2 than I was Season 1. I liked Season 1. It was more of a pleasant surprise to me. But I think Season 2 could go balls to the wall and really get going there. I think having an appearance of Krennic would be very, very cool. That actor, I'm blanking on his name right now, but that actor has said that he would love to come back to Star Wars. And it's the perfect spot. You could have more Krennic, and who doesn't want more Krennic? More Empire, I think, in Season 2 would be cool, because the Empire wasn't really that involved in the first season, you know? There's only brief glimpses of them. Ben Mendelsohn, yes, Fearless, thank you. Ben Mendelsohn, he would love to come back and play Krennic, and that would be awesome too, because Krennic is cool. Yeah. Seeing Vader, of course. Vader in Rogue One steals the show. It's like the greatest way to end that movie. His hallway scene is so good. And of course, he wouldn't come face to face with Cassian, but he might like run the rebels out of town or something. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I'm excited for Andor Season 2. Although we have to wait a whole year and a half, I think we're going to get a lot of cool stuff in that second season, just with the rebels in the Empire. That's why I like Rebels so much. Star Wars Rebels, it's more so it involves the Force and Jedi and stuff with of course Ezra Bridger and Kanan and Ahsoka. But Andor sees the other side of that. It's the rebels, but they have nothing. The rebels are fighting against the Galactic Empire with nothing. And that's why they need Luke, but yeah, it's cool. Ian says, the writing and acting in Andor was so good. Mon Mothma and Luthen were so good, approaching high drama levels of quality. Yeah, Luthen is my favorite character from Season 1. He's so good. That actor, he's in the Thor, he's in the MCU. He's a character in Thor. He's really good as well. But yeah, I 100% agree. Luthen is an incredible character. And Mon Mothma is cool too, because she just showed up in Ahsoka. And her appearance in Ahsoka was brief, but it was quite cool, because now she's the Chancellor. Tony says, Krennic Galen Saw backstory show would be great after Andor is complete. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool, but I seriously doubt it. Maybe in the Bad Batch, because you already got some Saw Gerrera in Bad Batch Season 1. He's actually the reason that Tech dies. Yeah, nobody blames Saw Gerrera for Tech's death when they should. They should. They absolutely should. Yeah. 100%. But yeah, Galen Erso would be cool too, because Galen Erso goes to build the Death Star. We could get some Death Star stuff as well, for sure. Because Andor Season 1 actually ends showing us the Death Star being completed. So we could get some Death Star stuff in the second season. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, guys, hang on. Of course, as you guys know, or if you don't know, you're about to know, if you become a member of this channel, which is only 99 cents, or at lowest, it's 99 cents, you can become a member and get instant access to giveaways every Saturday until Christmas. We are doing a giveaway every Saturday until Christmas. And last Saturday, we gave away this pop figure advent calendar. This Saturday will be a new item as well. So if you are a member, you get a chance, instant access chance to win the next giveaway. We have 2 more? 3 more? 2 or 3 more? Do we have 2 more or 3 more? 2 or 3 more, whatever it is. Every Saturday we're doing a giveaway, and this is my personal one. So let's open up today's Funko Pop. It's the 7th. Got all the small ones behind me right here. You got R2 with reindeer ears. You got a snowman Darth Maul, snowman Darth Vader. You got Leia in some Christmas outfit. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, it's Chewbacca. It's an ice Chewbacca. Pum-pum. That's pretty damn cool. He's holding his blaster and everything. That's pretty damn cool. Oh, and he stands very easily. Nice. So, again, instant access to giveaways if you become a member. On Saturdays is when we do those giveaways. All right, back to the news. Okay, Ian says, the book Catalyst does a good job providing Galen Erso's backstory. Yes, it does. Yeah, Catalyst kind of came out around the same time as Rogue One, and it's like a prequel-esque book to that story, for sure. All right, let's talk about this. Now, I don't really know. This says exclusive, come from Bestman. A character name from Star Wars Skeleton Crew is revealed. But what's interesting to me is I don't see the name anywhere. Now, the comment section seems to think his name is Neil, because this guy's saying Neil. This guy says, oh, Neil. So I'm guessing it's Neil. But, oh, okay. Well, there we go. Now we can read this. I didn't know there was an actual article attached to this, but here we go. This year, fans were expected to see a new live-action Star Wars series in the form of Skeleton Crew, a series set during the same time period as The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Book of Boba Fett, the often dubbed Mandoverse, and was created by Spider-Man Homecoming team John Watts and Christopher Ford. Unfortunately, Skeleton Crew was delayed out of this year, as I exclusively reported a few months ago, and likely due to the delays, we fans have received little new information about this series outside of the official released synopsis. However, today I am here to share a little tidbit for this series. As I previously mentioned, in September, I shared an exclusive that Skeleton Crew has unfortunately suffered a delay into 2024, and that fans could be left waiting until November of 2024 to see this on the screen. Again, this delay makes no sense to me. It literally just makes zero sense. It was supposed to come out this year in November. It's been filmed. It's been produced in post-production. It's done. It's ready to go. And for some reason, it's been postponed a whole year. Makes no sense to me, but we will find out. We'll find out. I still don't believe the whole November 2024 thing, but we'll see. All right. I'm dying out here. I lied. My voice is not back fully yet. Okay. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. As we've seen from concept art, images of Star Wars Celebration, along with a leaked trailer, Skeleton Crew will focus on 4 kids as they embark on an adventure that ends up getting lost in the galaxy. with the plot of the series focusing on the children finding their way home with the help of a Force user played by Jude Law. 4 kids are played by Raffi Kobot, who appears to be the lead child from the trailer, Kairana Katar. I hate names. I'm not even going to try anymore. Okay. And the characters we're focused on today is one played by Smith, Robert Timothy Smith. As shown at Star Wars Celebration in April, Robert Smith will be playing an Ortolan, better known as the Max Rebo species. Wait, what? I don't see no Max Rebo species up in here. What are they talking about? Max Rebo species. So you guys don't know who Max Rebo is? Here we go. He's the greatest drummer in all the galaxy. Max Rebo, this guy right here, this handsome fellow right here. He's the greatest musical goat there is. I mean, come on. He's the goat. So apparently it's the same species as this guy. Whoops, that's the wrong article, isn't it? Yeah, this one. Yes, okay. In the trailer shown, Smith's character has the least amount of screen time for the children, despite being the most interesting visually. I and other fans have often referred to the character as the Max Rebo kid, but today is the day we start referring to him by his character's name, Neil. So it is Neil. Okay, so it's N-E-E-L, Neil. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. I don't see any other way to pronounce that, but Neil. I'm not 100% on the spelling. Okay, interesting. But I believe that his name is spelled Neil, and it's pronounced as Neil. I personally love the name and find it quite amusing as such a real-world name being used for a blue little elephant-looking creature. Well, Max is a real-world name as well. Max Rebo. Is his name Neil Rebo? Is he brother to Max Rebo? We'll find out. Skeleton Crew was initially planned to release at the end of this month before its delay, something I first reported on, blah, 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 blah. Okay. We've read all of that before. That's all the news that we got for Skeleton Crew, I guess, is Neil. So here we go. Neil. Let's give a round of applause to Neil. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Neil Rebo, until proven otherwise. I like it. I did not. I mean, you look at this picture, and I don't see a Max Rebo character in it. Let's look it up. Let's look up Skeleton Crew and see if it comes up. Skeleton Crew characters. Let's see what we got here. Well, there's Max Rebo, but that's not that's not it. Oh, maybe it's this little guy. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Open in new tab. Maybe it's this little guy in the top corner. Maybe that's Max Rebo right there. I don't know. Or sorry, Neil Rebo. That's going to be funny. Do they even speak English? Or basic, I should say. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be cool. Oh, Neil must be Irish. No, it's just Neil. Cappy, what's up? Padmé Amidala, what will you do for your love? What? You lost me there, Cappy. I don't know what you're talking about. Am I Irish? I'm actually part Irish, yes. I've been to Ireland twice. It's so beautiful there. I've never been to Ireland, but yes. Ian says, yo, Max, what that trunk do, baby? What? Oh, my God. I'm not Irish. I do live in a very Irish city in the UK, though. It's a bit like Boston. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I don't know. I like it. Neil. Pretty cool. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty funny. Pretty cool. Pretty funny. Pretty cool. Pretty funny. And I think that's all the news I had today. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about? As my voice goes away. Let's see. Any other Star Wars news going on here? Any other Star Wars news going on here? Star Wars news. Well, let's see. Well, there was always King Charles, who asked Natalie Portman at the premiere of The Phantom Menace if she was in the original trilogy, and she said, "I'm 18." That's pretty funny. I don't see any other news. Of course, we got the live stream on Saturday, where we're doing another giveaway. For sure. There has to be an O'Neill's bar in Boston. Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's actually probably many of them. Where I live, I have an Irish bar called O'Reilly's. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so watch out for a video possibly tomorrow, if not Sunday or Saturday even, breaking down the Andor delays, because there's a lot to that to unpack. And maybe I'll even do a video on this Natalie Portman thing. I'm not too sure, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for sure. I do have to get on out of here. My voice is just dying today. I don't know what it is, but all week my voice has just been dying. I'm hoping it goes away. I think it's just like the weather. It's very, very cold up here. Very, very dry. I think my voice is just very, very dry. So I'm going to try and combat it with some non-dry things, like water. Because water is wet. But this poll ended with the mathing. Do you think Padmé will ever return? 75% of you do say yes, but we'll find out. Get some throat coat. Get some throat. I don't know what that is. Save the voice. I will try. I will try my best. I will definitely try my best. Huge shout out to you guys for being the best ever, for showing up and watching me talk about Star Wars for an hour. Of course, we'll go for a longer stream on Saturday as we have the giveaway to do and some other cool stuff to look forward to as the holiday season continues and we go into the next year, getting excited for 2024 with Star Wars projects up the wazoo. I'm very, very excited for next year for Star Wars. And actually, I want to run this by you guys. So, big news. Big news. If you go, I'll show you. Big news for this channel. Let's see where to go. Huge news for this channel. Because tomorrow, to go back. Tomorrow, hang on, let me do something here. Boom. This is the number of views on the channel. Total views on the channel. 998,000. Or 998,700,000. Meaning, tomorrow we will hit 1 million views on the channel. It'll be a big day. It'll be a 1 million day. We don't have a stream tomorrow, but we'll, of course, celebrate the 1 million on Saturday. Very, very cool. It is an incredible accomplishment on the channel, and I can't thank you guys enough for watching all this. All my videos, all my shorts, all my live streams. Cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are the reason that we are getting to this goal, so I can't thank you guys enough. Incredible. 1 million, but it's the first of many, many millions, I do believe. So I'm very, very excited. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. I'm going to celebrate, and we'll celebrate together on Saturday. And I want to hit 4,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I know it's going to be a tough task. I know it will be. As of right now, we sit at, let me check. Right now, we are at 3,479. So we'll have to get 521 subscribers by the end of this year. It's a very, very difficult task, but I want to try to do that. Okay? I think it's going to be I think we can do it. I think we can do it. It'll just be very, very close. I think it's definitely possible if we grind really hard, make a bunch of videos, and get the big thing out there. We got it. We got this. 4,000 by the end of the year would be incredible. The real goal actually was 3,000 by the end of this year, but we hit 3,000 so fast that 4,000 is the new goal, and 1 million views tomorrow is incredible. And I can't thank you guys enough for all that and all the very nice words in the chat. Thanks, Brandon. I definitely will. I will for sure. Yeah. Ian says, well, no worries about you hitting the number of viewing hours. What do you mean? Viewing hours? Fearless says, should be possible. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. Maybe I'll even put like a tracker thing on the live streams. Road to 4,000 or something like that. We'll figure it out. I'm also thinking about doing a like multicast live stream type thing. Maybe where we stream to like Twitter and Twitch and all these other platforms, because not everybody uses YouTube. Maybe we do like TikTok and stuff like that as well. I don't know. We'll figure it out. A lot of cool stuff going on behind the scenes over here. We'll figure it out for sure. 100%. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate that. And no, I cannot say that. Definitely not. But I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Smash a like on this video if you haven't yet. Smash a freaking like. Smash a like on this video if you haven't yet. Hit subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. We go live on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so don't miss out on any of those, because on Saturday we're doing giveaways until Christmas. That'll be very, very fun, so don't miss out on that stream also. And may the Force be with you. Always, 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 always. Where's that stupid button? Found it. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody.